wife was her son's friend, okay? Now, I normally would not talk about this, but for some reason, these put that shit on the internet.
It looks like the tension between Jada and Wendy Williams is not cooling off anytime soon, because Wendy just cranked things up by putting Jada's personal business out in the open. This all comes after talk started spreading about Jada getting involved with younger men in the industry and then moving on from them just as fast once she got what she wanted. The situation is being painted as a pattern, and people are starting to look at her moves a lot differently now. Wendy has been calling Jada out for years, even back when most people had no clue what was really going on behind the scenes with these relationships. She even spoke on Will's rumored connection with Dwayne Martin way before it became a bigger conversation online, long before anything showed up on platforms like Tasha K. Wendy has built a reputation for speaking boldly, and whether people like it or not, she tends to stand firm on what she says. Some people even believe the industry tried to quiet her down by pushing her out of the spotlight when she got too outspoken. Now, with Jada facing more public scrutiny, Wendy is making it clear she believes this is just the start and that more revelations could follow. A lot of eyes went back to that moment when August Alsina publicly shared his experience, claiming Jada got close to him during a vulnerable time in his life and then distanced herself once things shifted, which really sparked this wave of attention around her.
I actually sat down with Will and had a conversation due to the transformation from their marriage to life partnership that they've spoken on several times. And he gave me his blessing. And I totally gave myself to that relationship for years of my life.
The wild part is that Jada actually met August through her son Jaden at a festival. That detail alone had people looking at the situation sideways because it made everything feel way more personal. There have also been claims floating around that Will knew about the relationship and had his own understanding about it while focusing on his own life at the same time. Instead of the usual story people expect, this situation came off way more complicated and layered than that. And before anyone starts feeling too bad for Will, a lot of talk suggests he was not just sitting on the sidelines. There were rumors saying he had his own separate connections going on, which made the whole situation feel less one-sided and more like a messy arrangement that outsiders are still trying to figure out. It turned what people thought was a simple story into something that raised even more questions. A lot of people still remember that interview where Will sat across from Jada, and his reaction said more than words ever could. He looked uncomfortable, even though he stayed calm while she spoke openly about what happened with August. What made it hit even harder for some viewers was the connection to Jaden, because it started with a friendship and turned into something much deeper behind the scenes. That part is what really got people talking, because it added a layer of betrayal that many could not ignore.
I got into an entanglement with August. That's what I said.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship?
Yes, it was a relationship.
Reactions online were intense, with people saying things like, Jada is an emotional manipulator and preyed on this man. People destroyed the covenant of marriage. This was never going anywhere. Jada is sick. Jada, she knew what she was doing when she messed with that man.
Did not cheat on Will Smith, no matter how sad he looked at that table.
Now, like I said, Wendy had plenty to say about all of this, and she did not hold back at all. What really stands out is that she actually tried to speak on Jada's alleged behavior as far back as 2013, but nobody was taking her seriously back then. People brushed it off like she was just being messy for attention, which is how she is often labeled. But now, some are circling back and questioning if there was more truth to what she was saying than they first believed. Then things got even more intense when Will found himself in the spotlight again after his former assistant, Bilal, showed up in an interview with Tasha K and made some heavy claims. He alleged that Will had a private relationship with Dwayne Martin and even described walking into a situation in a dressing room that he said he was not supposed to see.
I open the door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne and having anal with Will.
Let me process that for a second.
There was a couch, and Will was bent over on the couch, and Dwayne was standing up.
These claims spread fast online, with a lot of people debating whether there was any truth behind them or if it was just another shocking story meant to grab attention. Jada did not stay quiet when those accusations started making rounds. She reportedly pushed back hard and made it clear she was ready to take legal action if those statements were not addressed. On top of that, she accused Bilal of trying to pressure them for something earlier and claimed that when things didn't go his way, he turned around and started making these allegations out of frustration.
It's ridiculous, right? And it's nonsense. And this is a person that tried a shakedown, a money shakedown that didn't work. We're going to take legal action.
The whole situation added another layer of tension and kept the conversation going even louder. But Bilal was not shaken by those legal threats at all. He went right back on Tasha K's platform for a second interview and doubled down on everything he had already said. This time, he pushed even harder, calling out Jada and backing the idea that Wendy had been speaking on these situations for years. He made it clear he was not backing off, and that only made the whole situation blow up even more. Even with Jada trying to control the narrative and present herself as unbothered, a lot of people were still not convinced. That's when old clips started resurfacing, especially from 2013 when Wendy first brought up Will and Dwayne's close relationship. People started digging into that moment again, looking at it with a completely different perspective now. It all came from an episode of The Wendy Williams Show, where she was talking about Will traveling to Brazil alongside Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. While breaking it down, Wendy kept pointing out that Jada did not join the trip. Instead, Will traveled with Dwayne, and that detail caught a lot of attention. She even mentioned that they were staying in the same place, which had people raising eyebrows and reading deeper into it. Here's the thing. Will and Kanye spent studio time together, so maybe they're cutting music. Dwayne's room and Will's room were upstairs, as you can see, and it's not like one big house, you know. I guess it's condos or something like that. Dwayne and Will have been close friends for over 20 years, so it's no surprise that the friends are traveling to Brazil and enjoying Carnival together. Wendy was clearly hinting at something back then, and even if people missed it at the time, many are now looking at it in a completely different way. On top of that, there have been claims floating around accusing Jada of having a strong influence over Will's personal decisions, including his connection with August. A lot of chatter online, even from some public figures, has questioned Will's private life, while also suggesting that Jada holds a lot of power in the relationship because of what she knows and what could potentially be shared publicly.
There's no greater mirror I could have than Will. I can't get around myself. Just like he can't get around himself with me. Would it be easier to go and find somebody else and have a more pleasing, more comfortable relationship? Maybe.
Those rumors only got louder when a clip resurfaced showing Will saying, "Only a man knows what a man needs," while August was giving him a massage. Jada was right there in the moment, and viewers quickly pointed out her reaction, saying she looked uncomfortable.
A man knows what a man needs.
The clip spread fast, with people analyzing every detail and turning it into a bigger conversation than it may have originally been. And the talk did not stop with August either. There have been ongoing rumors suggesting that Jada and Will have had complicated dynamics with other people in their circle as well. Some names have been brought up in speculation, but a lot of it remains unconfirmed and heavily debated online. Jaguar Wright was one of the first to speak out and raise questions about their private life, and once she did, it opened the door for even more intense discussions and theories to start circulating.
Who knew that your husband was doing things to boys and did stuff to your son and you ain't do shit about it? Bilal told me everything. Bilal told me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Jada, he told me that you knew Will was f***ing your child. Yes, he did. Wonder why he left that out of his Tasha K interview.
At this point, people are split on how to even look at Will, because from the outside, it does not seem like he's completely innocent in all of this either. Some feel bad for him, while others think the situation is more balanced than it looks, like both sides have played their part in keeping this drama going. It has turned into one of those situations where nobody really knows what is happening behind closed doors, but everyone has an opinion anyway. Jada has also faced a lot of criticism for things she has said publicly over the years, from openly questioning her marriage in interviews to speaking about past relationships in a way that made headlines. People felt like those moments put Will in an uncomfortable position. Comments about her connection to Tupac and her past with August only added more attention, and each time something new came out, it kept the spotlight right on their relationship. That constant wave of headlines is exactly why some believe Wendy had been trying to warn people about the situation for years. There are claims suggesting Will stays in the relationship because of how much history they share and how much is known about each other, while critics argue that these public moments have made things look one-sided. Whether that is true or not, it is the narrative that keeps getting pushed online. When it comes to Wendy addressing Jada and Will directly on her show, she often let others speak while still guiding the conversation. Back in 2022, after the moment where Will walked on stage and hit Chris Rock during an award show following a joke about Jada, Wendy gave Vivica A. Fox space to share her thoughts, and the criticism aimed at Jada was direct and unapologetic.
So for me to see no accountability as a partner. Also, let's not forget that Chris Rock was assaulted. We cannot forget that.
As expected, people online did not hold back and came with strong opinions about the whole situation. One person said, "She is a narcissistic, cold-hearted, vile woman that confesses publicly to hating her man that loves her." Another added, "Will Smith is the perfect example of having the worst taste in women that can exist." Comments like these kept spreading fast, showing just how divided and intense the public reaction has become. And just when it seemed like things could not get any more intense, more voices started jumping into the conversation and adding their own takes. Some people began questioning the entire dynamic, saying the situation feels way deeper than what is being shown publicly, while others argued that everything is being blown out of proportion for attention. The internet has been going back and forth non-stop, with clips, interviews, and old moments being pulled up and analyzed like never before. It's like the entire story keeps evolving in real time, and nobody can seem to look away from it. At the same time, some are starting to question how much of this is the truth and how much is speculation being pushed for attention. Still, that has not slowed anything down, because the more people talk, the bigger it gets, and the spotlight on Jada, Will, and everyone connected to them just keeps getting brighter. Now, everything has reached a level where it feels like the story is bigger than the people involved, and it just keeps growing with every new headline that drops. Every clip, every interview, and old rumor is getting pulled back into the spotlight, and people are connecting dots in ways that were not happening before. It's like the entire internet has turned into a full investigation, with everyone trying to figure out what is real and what is just talk. But the lines between the two keep getting more blurred. What makes it even more intense is how fast opinions are forming and spreading. One minute, someone shares a clip, and the next minute, it's everywhere, with thousands of people adding their own spin to it. Some are defending Jada and Will, saying their relationship is nobody else's business, while others are convinced there's way more going on behind the scenes than what is being admitted publicly. That constant back and forth is what keeps this situation alive and trending. And through it all, Wendy's name keeps coming up again and again, with people saying she tried to call this out years ago and nobody wanted to listen. Whether that's true or not, her past commentary is now being replayed and re-examined, adding even more heat to an already explosive situation that does not look like it's cooling down anytime soon. At this stage, it feels like every angle of this story has been picked apart, but somehow new conversations keep popping up anyway.
People are not just talking about recent events anymore. They are going all the way back and reanalyzing years of interviews, red carpet moments, and even small comments that did not seem important at the time. Now, everything is being looked at under a microscope, and even the smallest detail is turning into a major talking point. What really keeps this going is how divided the reactions are. Some people believe this is all just exaggerated gossip that has spiraled out of control, while others are convinced there is a pattern that cannot be ignored. That split in opinion keeps the debate alive because for every person defending them, there is someone else doubling down with more claims and theories. And with more voices stepping in, from commentators to insiders to everyday viewers, the noise just keeps getting louder. No matter which side people are on, one thing is clear. This situation has turned into a non-stop cycle of attention that refuses to fade away. Now, I want to hear what you think about all of this. What is your take on Wendy calling Jada out like this? And do you believe the things people have been saying about her? Or do you think it is all being taken too far? There are a lot of opinions going around, and this situation has people seriously divided. Drop your thoughts in the comments section and say what side you are on, because this conversation is not slowing down anytime soon. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this with someone who needs to see it. And if you want more drama like this, go ahead and check out the next video on the screen right now.